You wake up, you pour your first cup of coffee, and you go about your morning routine feeling completely normal. You don't have any pain in your back, your ankles aren't swollen, and your energy feels just fine for your age. Because you feel okay, you assume your kidneys are doing okay. But as a nephrologist, I have to tell you that this exact assumption is the most dangerous mistake a person over 60 can make. There is a reason why medical professionals call kidney disease a silent killer. It doesn't scream, it whispers until it is almost too late to listen. Right now, approximately 90% of adults living with declining kidney function have absolutely no idea they are in danger. They are walking around with organs that are quietly losing their ability to filter toxins, yet they feel nothing. My name is Dr. Kendra Harris. I am a kidney specialist, and over the last decade, I have sat across from thousands of patients who were shocked to find out they had reached stage 3 or stage 4 kidney disease without a single warning sign. The hardest part of my job is telling a patient that they have lost 40 or 50% of their kidney function that we can never truly get back. Unlike your skin or your liver, your kidneys do not have a robust ability to regenerate. Once those delicate filtering units are gone, they are gone forever. However, there is a window of opportunity that most people are completely missing. It is a 30-minute window that happens every single morning. What you choose to drink the moment you wake up, before you touch your breakfast or your morning caffeine, can be the difference between a lifetime of health and a slow slide toward dialysis. There are 4 specific, research-backed drinks that can actually flush metabolic waste and shield your kidneys from the daily wear and tear of aging. These aren't expensive supplements or hard-to-find chemicals. You likely have the ingredients in your kitchen right now. Most people have heard of 1 or 2 of these, but almost no one is using all 4 correctly. In fact, drink number 3 is so counterintuitive that many of my patients argue with me until they see the clinical data. We are going to break down all 4 today, but before we do, I need to show you exactly what is happening inside your body while you sleep. If you don't understand the morning stress window, you won't understand why these drinks are so vital. Most people view health as a light switch. Either you're sick or you're healthy. But kidney health is a sliding scale. You could be operating at 60% capacity right now and feel like $1,000,000. Your kidneys filter about 200 liters of blood every 24 hours. They are the most sophisticated waste management system on the planet, but after age 60, the margin for error disappears. To understand why your morning drink matters, you first have to understand the biology of a drought inside your own body. While you are sleeping for 7 or 8 hours, your body is effectively fasting from fluids, but your kidneys never stop working. They are like a 24-hour filtration plant that never clocks out. Without fresh water coming in, your kidneys are forced to go into survival mode. They begin concentrating your urine more and more aggressively to save every drop of moisture. By the time your alarm goes off, your blood is at its thickest viscosity of the entire day. This is what I call the morning stress window. During this time, the concentration of urea, creatinine, and uric acid in your bloodstream is at its absolute peak. Your kidneys are straining to push thick blood through microscopic filters that are already beginning to stiffen with age. This is especially critical after age 60. Think of your kidneys like a garden hose. When you're 40, that hose is flexible and can handle high pressure. But by 60, the hose is a bit more brittle. The filtering units, called nephrons, naturally decrease in number as we age. This isn't a disease, it's just time. But it means your reserve is lower. When you wake up dehydrated and immediately pour a diuretic like coffee into your system, you aren't helping. You are actually extending that stress window, forcing those fragile nephrons to work even harder in a high-toxin environment. I want to tell you about a patient of mine named Martha. Martha was 65, a retired school teacher who took great pride in her health. She walked 3 miles a day, avoided processed sugar, and her weight was perfect. She came to me because her routine blood work showed a slight blip in her creatinine levels. When we looked at her GFR, which is the score we use to tell how fast your kidneys are cleaning your blood, Martha was shocked to find she was at 52. For her age, she should have been well above 70. She was technically in stage 3 chronic kidney disease. Martha sat in my office and cried. She said, "Dr. Harris, I do everything right. How is this possible?" When we looked at her morning habits, the culprit became clear. Martha was a habitual dehydrator. She would wake up, have 2 large mugs of strong tea, and then get busy with her gardening or house chores, not drinking actual water until lunch. Her kidneys were spending the first 5 hours of every day in a state of toxic concentration. We didn't put Martha on a new medication. Instead, we completely restructured what she put into her body during the first 60 minutes of her day. Within 6 months, her numbers didn't just stop falling, they stabilized and showed signs of modest recovery. Martha's story is why I am sharing these 4 drinks with you. Because for many of you, the damage isn't coming from a disease, it's coming from a routine your kidneys can no longer handle. Now that you understand the morning stress window, let's look at how we can break that cycle of damage. Before I reveal the first drink, I want to ask you a question. What is the very first thing that hits your stomach every morning? Be honest. Is it coffee, a glass of juice, or maybe just a sip of water to take your pills? Tell me in the comments below. I read your responses because they help me understand the habits we need to change together. The first drink on our kidney-saving protocol is warm lemon water. Now, I know you've heard about lemon water for weight loss or skin health, but for a nephrologist, the magic isn't about vitamin C. It's about a compound called citrate. Lemon juice is the most potent natural source of citrate on the planet. When your urine becomes highly concentrated overnight, waste products like calcium and oxalate start to find each other. They cluster together to form tiny microcrystals. Think of these like microscopic shards of glass. Even before they grow into a painful kidney stone, these crystals grind against the delicate walls of your kidney tubules, causing silent scarring and inflammation. Citrate acts like a chemical shield. It binds to the calcium in your urine and physically prevents those crystals from sticking together. It's a natural non-stick coating for your kidneys. Clinical trials, including research published in eClinical Medicine, have proven that regular lemon juice intake significantly reduces the risk of stone formation and tubule damage. To do this right, squeeze half a fresh lemon into 8 ounces of warm, not boiling, water. The warmth helps your body absorb the fluid faster. Drink this before your coffee, before your breakfast, and definitely before your medications. This timing is essential because your urine is at its most acidic state the moment you wake up, which is exactly when you need that citrate protection the most. And please do not add sugar or honey. Adding sugar triggers a glucose spike that actually increases calcium excretion, which defeats the entire purpose of the drink. Immediately following your lemon water, we move to drink number 2, optimized plain water. I know it sounds basic, but the way most people drink water is completely reactive. You wait until you feel thirsty, but as we age, our thirst receptors become less sensitive. By the time you feel thirsty, your kidneys have already been struggling for hours. A study in the journal Nephrology Dialysis Transplantation found that consistent, moderate water intake is one of the strongest predictors of whether kidney disease will progress to full failure. But the secret is the volume. Don't just sip. I want you to drink a full 8-ounce glass of plain filtered water right after your lemon water. This does 2 things. It thins your blood viscosity almost immediately, and it physically flushes the sediment of metabolic waste that accumulated overnight. You will know this is working by watching the color of your urine. If your first trip to the bathroom results in dark tea-colored urine, your kidneys are screaming for help. Within 2 weeks of this routine, you should see that color transition to a pale straw yellow. That is the visual signal that your filtration system is finally breathing a sigh of relief. Now we come to drink number 3, and this is the one that surprises my patients the most because many have been told to avoid tea due to oxalates. But the science on unsweetened green tea is a game changer for kidney longevity. Green tea is packed with a very specific type of antioxidant called catechins, specifically one known as EGCG. Research now shows that EGCG does something truly remarkable inside the kidney tubules. It actually interferes with the nucleation process. That is the scientific term for the very first second a toxin or mineral tries to latch onto your kidney tissue to cause damage. Think of EGCG as a biological bodyguard that prevents waste products from adhering to your cell walls. If they can't stick, they can't scar your kidneys. A 2022 Mendelian randomization study even found a direct causal link between regular tea consumption and improved glomerular filtration rates. But you have to prepare it like a professional. Do not use boiling water. Boiling water destroys the delicate EGCG compounds. Instead, use water that is around 80 degrees Celsius or just off the boil and steep it for only 3 minutes. Most importantly, it must be unsweetened and made from real leaves or high-quality bags. Those pre-bottled green teas in the grocery store are essentially kidney stress in a bottle because they are loaded with high fructose corn syrup and have almost zero active catechins left in them. 1 cup of properly brewed green tea in the morning provides a surge of anti-inflammatory protection that lasts for hours. Finally, we have drink number 4, diluted unsweetened cranberry juice. Now, you've likely heard that cranberry juice is good for bladder infections, but most people don't realize how that directly saves your kidneys. Cranberries contain type A proanthocyanidins. These compounds are unique because they don't just kill bacteria, they make the lining of your entire urinary tract, from your bladder all the way up to your kidneys, literally too slippery for bacteria to grip onto. This is vital because, for people over 60, a simple urinary tract infection can quickly travel upstream to the kidneys. This leads to a condition called pyelonephritis, which causes permanent, irreversible scarring of your kidney tissue. Every time you prevent a minor infection, you are preventing permanent kidney damage. The trap here is cranberry cocktail. If the label says cocktail or blend, put it back. Those are sugar bombs that will actually increase the calcium in your urine and lead to stones. You want pure, 100% unsweetened cranberry juice. Because it is incredibly tart, I recommend a kidney tonic ratio. Mix 2 ounces of pure juice with 6 ounces of water. This gives you the clinical dose of protective compounds without the sugar spike that harms your nephrons. Drinking this once a day in the morning creates an invisible barrier that protects your filtration system from the bottom up. You might be wondering, Dr. Harris, can these simple drinks really make a measurable difference once the damage has already started? Let's look back at Martha, the school teacher I mentioned earlier. When Martha started this 4-drink morning protocol, she was skeptical. She felt fine, so she didn't think she needed a reset. But after 6 months of consistency, starting every single day with her lemon water, her plain hydration, her green tea, and her diluted cranberry tonic, we ran her labs again. Her creatinine levels hadn't just stopped climbing, they had actually decreased. Her GFR improved from 52 to 59. Now, in the world of nephrology, we don't usually see reversals. Kidneys aren't like muscles that grow back. But what we did see was a stabilization of her filtering environment. By removing the morning toxic stress, her remaining nephrons were finally able to do their jobs without being overwhelmed by thick blood and mineral crystals. Martha told me something that I hear from almost every patient who adopts this routine. She said, "Dr. Harris, for the first time in years, I don't feel heavy in the morning." This is a common sign that your kidneys are finally clearing out the metabolic sludge that used to sit in your system until noon. But I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to become the expert on your own body. There are 3 specific ways you can track if these 4 drinks are saving your kidneys right at home. First, look at the urinary clearance. Within 2 to 3 weeks of this morning routine, your urine should not only be lighter in color, but it should be free of foaming. Persistent bubbles or foam in the toilet can be a sign of protein leaking through damaged filters. As your kidneys stabilize, that foam often diminishes. Second, watch your edema or morning swelling. Many of my patients over 60 wake up with puffy eyes or slight swelling in their ankles. This is often because the kidneys struggled to balance sodium and fluid overnight. When you provide the right hydration and citrate first thing in the morning, you support the kidney's ability to regulate fluid balance. Most of my patients notice their morning puffiness disappears within the first month. And third, check your blood pressure. Your kidneys are the primary regulators of your long-term blood pressure. When they are stressed and dehydrated, they release a hormone called renin, which clamps down on your blood vessels and sends your pressure skyrocketing. By soothing that morning stress window, you are literally telling your kidneys they can relax. This often leads to more stable blood pressure readings throughout the entire day. These drinks aren't just beverages. They are biological signals that tell your kidneys it is safe to function at their highest level. I want you to take a second and think about the person you want to be 5 or 10 years from now. Do you want to be the person who is tied to a dialysis machine 3 times a week? Or do you want to be the person who is still traveling, gardening, and playing with your grandkids? The difference between those two futures often comes down to the small, boring choices we make every single morning. Your kidneys are quiet, selfless organs. They don't ask for much, but they cannot protect you if you don't provide them with the raw materials they need to do their job. Let's recap your new morning Kidney Shield protocol so there is no confusion. Step 1. The warm lemon water to block crystals with citrate. Step 2. The full 8-ounce glass of plain water to flush the overnight metabolic sludge. Step 3. The cup of properly steeped, unsweetened green tea to coat your cells in protective antioxidants. And Step 4. The 2 ounces of pure cranberry juice diluted in water to keep your urinary tract a no-grip zone for bacteria. None of these require a doctor's prescription. They don't cost $50 a bottle at a supplement store. They are simple, ancient, and backed by modern clinical research. Now, I have a very important question for you. Which of these 4 drinks are you going to start tomorrow morning? Maybe you're already a water drinker, but the cranberry or the lemon is new to you. Please tell me in the comments. When you share your plan, it inspires someone else who might be feeling overwhelmed or scared about their health. I read those comments, and they help me decide which medical topics we need to tackle next to keep you healthy and independent. If you found this information eye-opening, please hit that share button. Send this to a friend, a sibling, or a spouse who is over 60. Most people in our age group are walking around in a dehydration fog, and you might be the person who helps them save their kidney function before it's too late. One final and very important note. While I am a nephrologist, I am not your doctor. Your medical history is unique. If you have been diagnosed with stage 4 or 5 kidney disease, or if you are on a restricted potassium or fluid diet, you must speak with your healthcare provider before changing your routine. Bring them your lab results and ask them how these 4 drinks fit into your specific plan. My goal is to give you the science so you can have a better conversation with your own physician. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. In our next video, we are going to expose 5 common over-the-counter medications that are silently poisoning your kidney filters. Medications you probably have in your cabinet right now. You cannot afford to miss that one. I'm Dr. Kendra Harris. Thank you for spending these 20 minutes with me. Remember, your health isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you build one morning at a time. Take exceptional care of your kidneys, and they will take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.